Good morning. So I just did a little short about "and this too shall pass." I just want to remind people that there's a lot of times in life when it seems like you are being faced with insurmountable obstacles, or we get stuck in a rut, or you're waiting for something. That's the worst feeling of all, or at least for me it is. Waiting on divorce papers, waiting on the check to clear, waiting on something that you feel like's holding you back. Folks, if you died tomorrow, would any of that stuff matter? No, it won't. So have trust and faith that the universe knows what it's doing. I have talked a little bit about having a very special friend send me something so that I can get some more paperwork done so I can get this new job going. And whereas there's good feelings and harmony on both sides, the United States Postal Service is over induated. I'm not sure if I'm saying the word right now, with people sending packages. It's Christmas time, and something that was supposed to get here in 3 days is now going into day number 7, probably because the Postal Service has just got more crap than they can handle right now. Even one of my daughter-in-laws that works for the Postal Service said, I want to move up from 2 days a week working for them, but you wouldn't believe how big some of the packages are that people are sending. So, people, the universe knows what it's doing, and I know it can feel horrid to actually have to sit and wait for something to move. But the universe works in its own good time. If you try to tell the universe how you want something to happen, it's just like that old adage, hey God, let me tell you my plans. Tell God your plans and he laughs. She laughs. They laugh. It laughs, however you want to look at it. And the universe has its own safety net. It has its own way of doing things. And it's a total different energy than what we have as little old me, little old you. The universe moves in mysterious ways. So, while it can be maddening and frustrating while you're waiting on something, just surrender. It's one less thing to have on your plate to be stressed out about when you're waiting for the universe to make its move. And it's all for our divine good. Because when it comes down to it, once you're gone from this lifetime, you are nothing but energy. Everything is energy. I forget which scientist it was that proved that even this is nothing but a bunch of molecules and atoms, or is it just atoms? I'm very, very bad at, and I was very bad and horrid in school. I'm ADHD. I learned on a different level. So everything has its own energy. Everything has its own path. And all you can remind yourself is, and this too shall pass. So if you're having a rough time waiting on something, and right now the holidays are meant to slow down and take a break. So, like me being up here where I have no family, I'm going to take this time to do some things in my house. I am feeling more like myself than I have. I'm coming through the other side of the dark night of the soul, the long black tunnel I've been in since COVID hit. Will passed away. Aaron committed suicide in my house. I quit my job at Head Start. All the things that I feel like, they feel like a stain on my past. You know what I'm saying? But they're not. Some of them were meant to happen. Some of them were just unfortunate things to happen. And they didn't necessarily happen to me. It just felt like that. Because I felt like, all of us felt COVID. Every single one of us dealt with COVID in one way or another. But losing the second love of my life, my niece, and right now one of my children is going through dark night of the soul. He's absolutely not doing nothing to help himself and expecting everybody to pull him out. So me leaving Mississippi was a good thing, and I actually had someone put me down for that. You should have stayed and helped him. I did help him. I tried to help him from the time I got him when he was a boy to the time right before I left. And he's still going through dark night of the soul, and he's still doing stupid shit. So he is now an adult and makes his own decisions. And if he decides to sit in his own shit, he's sitting in his own shit. There's nothing I can do about it. nothing I can do to help him that's going to make him change his ways, change his mindset. This too shall pass. I don't know when it'll pass for him, and my heart aches for him, but I'm not going to stress about something I cannot change for another adult that will not help himself. So if you have anyone in your life that their things that come from directly from their decision making, and they're trying to blame you for it because of something you wouldn't do because you stepped back, don't take that on. Do not take that crap on, because let me tell you something. Once you become an adult, you are responsible for your own decisions. And just because someone decided not to help you or further your sinking down into that black tarry pit, don't blame them. Find another way. There is more than 10 ways to do any one thing. Look at how many different people do readings and things on tarot or express their joy, okay, on YouTube. There's people trying to help people. There's some people going out there just doing crazy things. There's like people like Jimmy Dart going out with Cash App. He works for Cash App, I think. Going out and giving money to people and helping people. There's people doing all kinds of different types of tarot card readers. There's people going out showing you how to do 5-minute amazing hacks. How to keep your kids happy during the summer. There's just all kinds of ways of doing things. So don't let someone else blame you because they wouldn't get off their butt and do something to help themselves. Okay? Don't stay. If you're going through a dark night of the soul, you've got one other thing, and it's not anything directly related to you, take that shit off your plate. Because you know what? I refuse to spend the last at least 10, hopefully good years of my life stressed out about other people, other places, other things that I cannot personally do anything about. And I took that crap on for years. Oh, if I just do this one more thing, it'll help them. But if they don't want to help themselves, now if it's something I don't want to do, maybe I just need to rethink it, change my mindset, and figure out another way to fix something or to do something. And just like finally going out and applying for food stamps, which I really didn't want to do, I just finally decided, instead of sitting here, how am I going to get my phone turned on? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I at least went out and reached out and got food in the house and even got a tiny loan from the state of California to get my phone turned back on, so now people can call me for a job. And that's how I can keep in touch with the lady that's being gracious to send me something to help me get my paperwork done. Just like talking to the lady where I'm going to work, the coordinator. She's been very helpful. She's turned me on to a couple more people. I actually found out there's other classes and things I can take with this new job coming to make extra money. There's more than one way to get yourself out of a situation. So don't sit there with the stinking thinking, with the feeling like nothing's going to change. Sometimes you have to make it change. Other times you're waiting on a move from the universe. So figure out something else you can do to either help yourself, make yourself feel better. Reach out to a friend. Matter of fact, I got a friend I'm going to call this morning. Well, she's probably at work, but I'll call her later on today. I've got 3 other friends that I keep in contact with. Since I've got 3 really good friends I keep in contact with. And one's in Florida and 2 are in Mississippi. And I have other friends. There's other friends that I have too. I talk to these 3 the most. So, folks, there's more than one way to take something off your plate and to have a positive day. I'm sitting here right now, and I think today is supposed to get only to 12 degrees. I actually have frost. I'm going to show you. I have frost on my windows. I don't know if you can see it or not. Okay? So, it is cold as a you-know-what outside. But I got my heat going. I got my little heaters going. I got my cat over here making a mess on the floor. And even though I know that what I need to get the rest of this, I got one more thing I got to do on this job. And the universe has put a spoke in there. But it's okay. I'm okay. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I know I'm right where I'm supposed to be. There's a reason why I got moved here, why everything happened the way it did, for me to have no distractions. I've been working on my channel. I've been working on me. I've been doing a lot of health healing. I've been, I don't know if you can see it or not. I've got a candle over here. I've been meditating again every single morning. And people, let me tell you, when you meditate, you get the energy going in the right direction. You break up blocks, stagnant energy. I don't care who thinks I'm crazy. My little bell, just listening to it. Some tarot card readers use bells to call in energy, call in spirit. Me, I like to break up negative energy. And if my kids were still small and we were living in this little camper, we'd be having the pots and pans and we'd be banging to move that energy. So this too shall pass. No matter what you're facing, it feels like it's going to last forever, but nothing in life stays stagnant unless you make it that way. So change your mindset. Decide you don't want to go through any more than what you absolutely have to. Change some things up. Maybe invite someone over that you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe make a phone call. Maybe go somewhere you haven't been in a while that you like to do, something you like to do. I used to love to go to the library, and I would just peruse through the books for hours till I found a couple of books I wanted. Sometimes I would actually sit in the library and read. Maybe there's a farmer's market you can go to today and go check out what fruits and vegetables they got. Maybe there's a Christmas party coming up that you would ordinarily not go to, that you've missed every year, and you say, well, screw it, this year I'm going. Change up something around you to change up the energy, so that you're not sitting here focused on something that you're waiting to come through. The divorce papers, the new job, whatever it may be. Me today, I'm going to open up my whole house when it warms up a little bit. I've been burning incense every day. I've been focusing on my candles again. I go through phases where I meditate every single day, then times where I only meditate once a week. So change up something. Get out of that dark night of the soul where you feel like something is stuck and never going to effing move. Do something positive for yourself. Only you are in control of your life. Other people, places, and things can put pressure, but ultimately, there's more than one way to do something. If you got that one friend that's always coming over and irritating you because every time they come over, they're there for 5 minutes and all of a sudden they want to borrow 10 things. Next time you see them, they come over for 5 minutes, have a nice conversation, all of a sudden they want to borrow 10 things. Tell them to get the fuck out of your life. I'm just saying, excuse the F word. Change up something. Do something positive for yourself. Color your hair. Go get your fingernails done. Go look for a new outfit. Or go, something I used to love to do. I used to love to go to the Salvation Army in Mississippi. I would find the most beautiful lace curtains. I got these from the Salvation Army in Mississippi. I discovered that I really like vintage clothing. Something I never thought I would. So at some point, y'all are going to see me starting to wear vintage clothing on my channel. I really love lace. I had never realized how much I love lace. I actually have a lace macrame shirt that goes over something underneath, and I'm actually using it for window covering right now. It's hanging over my window in my bedroom because I love the pattern. When the sun comes through, it shows the pattern against the other wall, and it looks like a spider web. Yeah, I mean, it's like a shadowy spider web. I absolutely love it. Change up something in your room. Move your house around. Do some feng shui. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that one right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Do something different. Go outside and cut some, if you have holly growing near your house, go outside and cut some holly branches and put them in a vase over your mantle or on your kitchen table. Do something to change up your day that you would ordinarily do, to change up that energy, to something that makes you feel better, that makes you realize this is just temporary. Everything is temporary, including life. That is an absolute fact. So that's my message for today. I realize I probably shouldn't do things all the time in the morning, but that's when my inspiration hits. When I first get up, I'll wake up sometimes and 10 ideas will go through my head and I'll be like, I can't even catch them before they're gone. I really need to start journaling. So see, I am not perfect by any means. I just have some wisdom to share. And there's some of you out there that stay in contact with me, every message that I put up here. And I love you for it. I try to go to your channels too. And you all know who you are. And I have made some new friends on YouTube, and I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me in the channel. I will support you in your channel. We all make the world go round. We're all part of humanity. So do something different today. Get out of that dark night of the soul. While you're waiting for that obstacle to clear, just charge through that fog obstacle. You can see an obstacle is like a cloud around you. Like Charlie Brown. I used to call myself Mrs. Charlie Brown. Penguin. Every time he'd get all cleaned up, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at some old Charlie Brown by Charles Schultz. There's a bunch of books or go look him up on YouTube, or look him up on Google. Look up Pigpen. He would get all cleaned up, go outside, and all the dirt would come around him. I feel like that sometimes. And I call myself Mrs. Charlie Brown because I'm ADHD and my handwriting really stinks. And it's just like Charlie Brown with the pen. He'd get black ink everywhere. When I write, you can't read my scribble. Sometimes I can't read it. I have to make myself go really slow. So, but at least I can laugh at myself. So, this is just a hodgepodge today, but if you're going through that time where, again, like I said, if you feel like you're going through a dark night of the soul or an obstacle that feels like it's taking forever to clear up, just remember it's temporary. Don't beat your head against a brick wall. Do something different to break up that energy. Open up all the windows, let the fresh air in, maybe burn some incense, maybe draw something. I've got some adult coloring books and colors back there. Maybe I'll color something and later on show y'all what I did. Because right now I'm just waiting for these things, and I don't want to sit here in this stinking thinking. So if you're going through a dark night of the soul, surrender to it, do something different, make your day a better day. Be a better person today. Or better yet, call someone you haven't talked to in a while and be a light in the darkness. Shine your light for all to see. Do not let nobody tell you you can't. Everything I've been talking about on my channel. Today's just one of those days where I just woke up and said, I have a message to give, and I'm not sure what it is, but it's something to do with dark night of the soul. So folks, don't let nothing and no one stop you from being your wonderful self and shining your bright light for the whole world to see. Lana Scott, be a light in the darkness. There's only one you. Oh, they broke the mold and they made you, baby. I am Lighthouse.